Boarding begins now.
We need to stick together!
Oh no. Group C.
Thought you checked the
that I made. I mapped out every step in life to hit away. Left me here, unable to find my way. Who killed the plan? Again, I set my sights so high. I dreamed of skies so bright, but life is a changing tide. Let's face it and embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'll give it up, baby. Who killed the plan that I had? It was all inside my head. I thought I had to say for a while in the kingdom of my life. Who killed the plan? What kind? Why set myself so wide? Dreamed of skies so bright. Life is a changing tide. I'd give it up, baby. Let's face it, embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'd give it up, baby. Let's dance with the unknown. I stop striving for certainty. Universe as its own plans. I'll give it up, baby. I'll give it up, baby.
Middle of the chaos, resilience we find. This unpredictable life shapes the heart and mind. Who killed the plan? Again, I set my sights so high. Who killed the plan? Again, our life is a changing.
Let's face it, embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'd give it up, baby. Let's face it, embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'll give it up, baby. Let's dance with the unknown. I stop striving for certainty. Universe as its own plans. I'll give it up, baby. I'll give it up.
Bang, bang, bang! Welcome in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Madness Racing League Gen-6 Cup Series. Race number 5 of 10. We've officially marked ourselves through the halfway point here in Atlanta, Georgia, around this 1.54 cookie mile cutter race car. Well, racetrack, I shall say, excuse me. We got about 14 race cars piled out here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, looking to make something shake here tonight. We will see who will go to victory lane around this 1.54 mile asphalt oval in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the main broadcast cam live down here for the CK parking lot 120 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel's Madness Racing League Gen-6 Cup Series. We are moments away from the qualifying session. Go ahead and finishing up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking down at the beautiful 2008 surface of the Atlanta Motor Speedway before they paved it. Things are getting ready to get down, dirty, and wicked, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of guys are powered out in the chat. Go ahead on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen at the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And hit that subscribe button and help us out a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for confirmation from the admin to go ahead and pull up the qualifying results. Whenever we get the confirmation to, we will go ahead and do that. And I'm listening in. Right? We are good to go, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and show you guys the starting spots here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Driving the number 9 here tonight From Lincoln, Nebraska, that's Colin Cole. He's already won a race here this season inside of the Gen-6 Cup Series in race number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Cole will start from the pole here tonight. Still got about 10 seconds or so here till they switch over to the gridding portion part of tonight's event. I want to go ahead and remind everybody that this year has been one hell of a year so far, with only 4 races in the book, getting ready to knock out number 5. Here is the schedule. We're heading to the nasty Talladega 2 weeks from now for the Gen-6 Cup Series. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you head on over to our YouTube page so you do not miss a thing here in the coming weeks. 60 laps of going to be action-packed racing here to come. Down on the main broadcast cam, where it looks like everybody's starting to load inside of these race cars and getting things what we like to call shaking and baking. Or meanwhile on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, scooting and booting. Ladies and gentlemen, 13 cars round out here tonight on the Madness Racing League Gen-6 Cup Series live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here is the front 6 rows of starting 12 drivers getting ready to tackle on 110 laps here tonight for the CK parking lot 120. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to meet your drivers? Driving the number 9 Chevy Camaro from Lincoln, Nebraska on the pole, Colin Cole. Sharing the front row with him on the outside, driving the number 12 Body Armor Ford Mustang, Michael Gregory. Starting in the second row on the 4th place spot, driving the number 88 Napa Auto Parts Chevy, that's Coleman, Alabama's Ty Robertson. He has a little trouble firing off there, driving the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro, multiple-time Gen-6 Cup Series winner from Hawthorne, New Jersey, of Kevin Tankos. Driving the number 02 Team Penske Development PPG Body Armor Ford Mustang from Welford, South Carolina, that's the 23-year-old Nicholas Maynard. Driving the number 18 Mobile One Ford Mustang from Troy, Alabama, driving for 81XI Racing, Trent Hughes. Starting on the inside of him will be the triple deuce of 81XI Racing's Chris 90. On the outside of him will be the number 01 Automotive Finish DuPont Chevy Camaro from Burnside, Kentucky. Driving the number 01 MTL Motorsports Chevy, Michael Durham Jr. And driving the number 81 Blue Death Ford Mustang for 81XI Racing from Troy, Alabama, Terry Hughes Jr. On the outside of him will be the number 13, we skipped over one. Will be the number 45 Chevy Camaro with main and trail on board this week from Newark, New Jersey, Tim Power. And driving the number 13 here tonight on the back half of the field, the Budweiser Chevy Camaro from Ranger, Georgia, the hometown hero. That's the Dr. Michael Ponder Jr. And on the bottom side of the racetrack from Honorsville, Georgia, right here in the state of Georgia, we're in Atlanta. The fans will go crazy, driving the 777 Silver Bullet from Honorsville, Bobby Kyle. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Madness Racing League Gen-6 Cup Series, race number 5 of 10, live here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. 14 of the best pile up 2 abreast behind Peter the Base Car for 110 laps, which is scheduled for somewhere right around 120 miles. If you're loving what you're seeing, press that like button, slap that like button so you don't miss a thing. And it looks like Peter the Base Car should hang that left on the pit lane. No, he'll take at least one more lap around the racetrack here, which is A-okay with us. So as Peter the Base Car works back across the front straightaway here to catch the one to go racing here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we will go ahead and show you up all your views here tonight with the track fact. Here, not the track fact, the keys of the race. Wrong button there, folks. Sorry for that. 4 sets of tires, 0 fast repairs for 110 laps around the Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight. A stressful and demanding racetrack, one of the fastest speeds on the circuit. How are these guys going to line up here tonight with a chance to win it at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Multiple lanes of racing will come into effect here tonight. Depends on how much racing each guy decides to move up or down on the bottom of the side of the racetrack. And finally, last but not least, this is the 2008 surface, and it has not been repaved like current day here in 2025. So you're going to have to save those tires with the seating capacity here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway of 71 sold-out 1,000 asses here tonight for the CK parking lot 120 live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You are watching the Gen-6 Cup Series race live here in Georgia. Peter the Base Car will hang that left down on the pit lane, and you are getting ready to see 14 drivers give it everything they have for 110 laps. Somewhere between 34 and 36 laps in Sunoco Racing Fuel through the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You have yourself a virtual race. Heading down the back straightaway, door to doors, the number 4 and 12 of Michael Gregory and Kevin Tankos, but it's Colin Cole with the race lead, the pole sitter. Looking to lead lap number 1 here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and everything is going to change here as the runs continue on here tonight. And why, may you ask, I say that the crowd will rip and roar. That'll bring some pressure, but you're going to have to battle the high banks here in Atlanta. Maynard looking to the right rear quarter panel of Kevin Tankos. He'll think better of it. The battle off of turn 2. Michael Gregory has the race lead in the number 12 Body Armor Ford Mustang. Side by side for 2, 3, 4 rows on back there for the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 8th place spot. Everybody's not going to give an inch here tonight, trying to make it shake here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Gregory has the race lead, followed by Tankos, Cole, Maynard, and Durham. Durham will move to the middle to the bottom side of the racetrack behind the leader of Colin Cole, the 2nd place bottom side leader of Colin Cole. We're 3 wide on the outside. Maynard's able to get the gas down. Squeezes the number 4, Kevin Tankos. What a move right there. How are they able to hold on to the race cars right there? Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching some of the best racing live here on the Madness Racing League on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 14 of these guys haven't spared each other an inch since the drop of the green flag. Can't forget about the battle shaking up back here on the back half of the pack. Chris Knight, he sells it to the top side of the racetrack. American Triple Deuce Chevy Camaro. Contacts made down the back straightaway between Terry Hughes Jr. and the Doctor and Michael Ponder Jr. Tim Powers is looking to make his way up to the top side, but there goes Michael Ponder Jr. out of line to the outside wall. Heading back across the dog leg here on the front straightaway at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Michael Gregory, Nicholas Maynard, Trenton Johns, Kevin Tankos are the top 4 drivers. Colin Cole has went backwards here from starting on the pole after getting loose on the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Michael Durham in the DuPont rainbow colored 0-1. Everybody side by side back here racing for the back half of the lap. Trenton Johns looking to get around the kid of Nicholas Maynard here for the 2nd place spot. The number 54 and the 02 went at it at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Do the tensions pop up here in Flair tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Meanwhile, look at this battle right here with Colin Cole surfing on the inside of the number 4. Kevin Tankos trying to grab that 4th place position. Side by side down the back straightaway, Kevin Tankos has been here, done that before, folks, in the number 4. Budweiser Chevy Camaro for Rush Motorsports coming all the way from Hawthorne, New Jersey. Kevin Tankos is the owner of Rush Motorsports, has about 4 different teammates that he runs with here within the Madness Racing League. Kevin Tankos coming here tonight in the garage area at Atlanta Motor Speedway and begin to tell our crew here that he's been to victory lane multiple times in the Gen-6 Cup Series. So when he heard that he was coming back this season, he did everything possible to make sure that his name went down on the sign-up sheet. You're riding on board with the number 4, Kevin Tankos now. Kevin Tankos has won, I believe, somewhere between 3 or 4 of these Gen-6 Cup races in the past. This is the 2nd time that we've had these Cup cars here before. Kevin Tankos, though, definitely one of the guys you want to watch here tonight, as he will look to try to go and save some tires here for the long run. The Hawthorne, New Jersey driver from Rush Motorsports currently rides out in the 4th place spot, currently 1 spot back from where he started. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard looks like he may be tracking down this number 12 body armor Ford Mustang for the race lead down the back straightaway. You're riding on board the number 02 PPG Ford Mustang of Nicholas Maynard for Team Penske Development. And don't get the Penske font numbers confused. These guys aren't teammates. Maynard shouldn't spare Michael Gregory an inch, and Gregory shouldn't spare him one back. Maynard to look back down on the inside of the racetrack here, trying to make a move around the number 12. Maynard will take it up top to the attic. Gregory up the middle as well. He'll rim it to the outside wall and cut off the air to the front nose of the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard, side by side for the third place spot behind him. Tanko Johns battling for it down into turn 3. But Michael Durham Jr. trying to get this DuPont front nose to turn and get to the bottom side of the number 4. And if he can make it 3 wide, that is recipe for disaster here in Georgia. But right now, Michael Gregory's got his hand full trying to hold on to the race lead. Gregory will change his lineup a little bit that time. You see him sparking out the bottom left splitter of the number 12 body armor machine. Didn't see that out of the number 02. Does anybody else have these issues on their race cars as well? That'll be something to watch out for here. If the front splitter's going to be dragging all night long, you may be scrubbing some speed that you're really going to need here. However, though, Tanko's really has this number 4 Rush Motorsports Chevy Camaro hooked up down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Maynard trying to get around Gregory for the race lead. We got battles all over the racetrack. 11 laps into tonight's CK parking lot. 120 contacts made up the racetrack there between Trenton Johns and Michael Durham Jr. Michael Durham Jr. trying to get the spot around Trenton Johns for the 5th place position. Here comes Terry Hughes Jr. He'll soar down on the bottom side. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're packing up your shit, headed down to Daytona this weekend for the Daytona 500 live on Fox. Make sure you check out the Booty Scoot Racing channel on your long drive. If you're watching it, you found it. Head on over to the YouTube page located in the top right portion of your screen. Look at this action-packed battle racing going on here. Bobby Kyle, the hometown hero, the 64-year-old. Bobbing and weaving down here on the bottom side of the racetrack in this BKM Racing 777 Silver Bullet. And it looks like he's shot out of a gun. He's up 4 spots from where he started, 3 wide across the front straightaway. Terry Hughes Jr. slicing and dicing his way up through the field. Contacts made with Trent Hughes into 1. Just a little door slam there from Terry Hughes Jr. chasing Trent Johns up the racetrack. These two tangled emotions at the Bristol Motor Speedway battle down the back straightaway. Everybody trying to hold on to their race cars here and not burn up the Goodyear rubber. And why do I say that? This surface hasn't been paid since 2008. I don't know how old you were in 2008, but I was 6 years old, and Trent Hughes down there giving the grass a haircut in that number 18 Mobil 1 Ford Mustang for 81 XI Racing. Trent Hughes, the younger brother of Terry. You're looking out the front nose of Trent Hughes, his Ford Mustang. He sees his older brother in front of him, that number 81. Side drafted and racing hard, the number 54 of Trenton Johns, but it'll be Chris Noddy with the run down the back straightaway, trying to make something shake here in this battle. 5-car pack battle here. Bobby Kyle has put his nose back into the picture. He's looking to make something shake. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Robertson in the 6th place spot, currently running in the position right now behind Colin Cole. Durham up the top side of the racetrack with Kevin Tanko trying to run him down. Maynard looking at position here for the race lead. Can he get around the number 12 of Michael Gregory as they climb the banking into turns 3 and 4. Gregory will change his lineup just a tad bit that last time around for 3 and 4. He's been a little bit better than Maynard off of turn 2. And that's been the difference. But you see Maynard keeps ripping that top side in turn 3 and 4, getting the run to the back bumper of the number 12 body armor machine of Michael Gregory. And these two guys will continue to battle it out here. But look at this position for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place spot. Not going to go anywhere here tonight. Kevin Tankos just can't seem to shake these guys in his rear view mirror. The guys behind him are the number 9 and Colin Cole, Ty Robertson, and Michael Durham Jr. Robertson will pull quarter panel with the number 9 and Colin Cole. Colin Cole will fight back down here. He gets down on the bottom side off 4. Heading back across the front straightaway, dogleg here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here comes Trenton Johns in this Toyota. The only sold Toyota out here in the field tonight. Trenton Johns works up the top side of the banking. Michael Ponder Jr. works to the outside here, trying to work his way back into the picture after getting smashed up out of the groove into the outside wall. Tim Powers down on pit lane, and Looks like he's crawled out of that race car. Not sure exactly what's going on with the number 45 of 10 Powers. We'll get that story to you as soon as we figure out. You're watching the CK Parking Lot 120 live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Everybody trying to hold on to their race cars. We're getting deep down into the green flag run here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put you down on the racetrack for tonight's first Madness Racing League. Crank it up fast and loud. Welcome back here on the main broadcast cam live at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Crank It Up session. Everybody ripping and roaring here. Maynard in contacts made with Michael Gregory. The 02 of Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina, from first to fifth. They're battling for the race lead. How does the Team Penske Development driver get back to the front of the racetrack here and try to contend for the front half of the pack here? We're 23 laps into tonight's CK Parking Lot 120. And we are live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The number 88 of Ty Robertson has made up the track position, and the caution flag is out on the racetrack. Caution flag is out on the racetrack for the number 54 of Trenton Johns from McCreary County, Kentucky. And the redneck backwards here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll have to back that ass up and take a look and see what happened to the Toyota Camry of Trent Johns. We will take a look here on the replay cam live here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It looks like maybe several guys are involved in the accident, and well, it looks like maybe it's frozen from the practice session earlier here today. Give it just a moment, it'll update. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Riding around with Trenton Johns on the front straightaway. Big time wreck here between him and Trenton Johns. Maybe bump drafting going wrong at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and this isn't Daytona. And damn sure isn't Talladega. So I'm not really sure what the bumper there was for. We'll back it up here. Take a look with Trenton Johns. You're riding out the front nose of the Starburst Camry. Trying to get around to the Ford Mustang. Puts the bumper to the number 18. Both guys get loose on the front straightaway. Trenton Johns has to lock it down. Pow! Hard to the outside safer barrier. The Dr. Michael Ponder Jr. is able to get around it there. We'll back that ass up one more time here and see if we can't ride around inside of the number 54 spotter cam, excuse me. Inside of the number 54 Starburst. That's what I meant to say the first time around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Take a look and see what happened to Trenton Johns inside of this 54. Not entirely sure what he was thinking. Or maybe possibly trying to get the shot there to number 18, get some speed back in here. This is a nasty shot to the outside wall. Pow! Trenton Johns looks like he's able to get it up and rolling here. Not much damage, if any, to the number 54 Starburst machine. And he looks like he may be the only one involved in the accident. Trenton Johns kept it up and moving. Bobby Kyle got around it. The Dr. Michael Ponder Jr. was able to drive around it as well. So The only lone person here trying to catch up to the tail end of the field with no damage. It looks like it's the C4 Starburst Toyota Camry Redneck from McCreary County, Kentucky of Trenton Johns. Ladies and gentlemen, the caution flag is out here, and Michael Gregory will have the race lead there after contact made with the number 02. We'll be back in just a moment with the pit stop. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. DJ cranking it up loud here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're looking down, currently at the pace laps here after caution flag flies here for the first time tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Heading around turns 3 and 4 towards pit lane. Will we get any takers this time around? Looks like a majority of the front half of the field will come, led by Michael Gregory, Kevin Tankos, Ty Robertson, Colin Cole, Nicholas Maynard, and it looks like Michael Durham Jr. will come down, as well as Terry Hughes Jr., Chris Knighty, Trent Hughes, Bobby Kyle, Michael Ponder Jr., Trenton Johns. That'll be your drivers running their way down on the pit lane at the current moment. Everybody will slide down into their boxes, and we'll see exactly how everybody does. Nicholas Maynard's guys off the right side of the wall here. They're going to jack up the 02 Ford Mustang here. It's going to be 4 fresh tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and a little bit of a wedge adjustment. Michael Gregory says, didn't mean to get into the number 02 there. Got loose off the corner of turn 2. They'll tighten up the number 12, drop the jack, and he'll be on and off of pit road. You're watching the battle off pit lane, give it to the number 12 over the number 4. As everybody else, this goes way too damn fast for me to be able to call it. Ladies and gentlemen, though, as everybody gets brand new sets of horseshoes or rubber or tires, whatever you may prefer to call it, this is 2026. I guess you can call it whatever you want these days. It seems like that's what these people do anyways. Pace cars in turn 3 and 4. The guys are freshly refueled and have a brand new set of rubber. Who's going to do what, when, where, and why when we return? Here on the main broadcast cam live down at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, looking out the wall cams. We're getting ready to go back racing here any minute. Looks like we'll get the 1 to go racing this time, and hopefully iRacing it will take their sweet ass time in putting in this choose cone that I heard is supposed to be coming out on the update here soon. So maybe that's some breaking news to some of these guys in the garage area. A choose cone possibly coming to the iRacing platform. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about 26, 27 laps or something like that in to tonight's 110 lap race. The CK parking lot 120. Michael Gregory will be on the pole here, and we got a new front row guy on the outside of him. Michael Gregory trying to make something shake, but it'll be Kevin Tankos, the multi-time winner here in the Gen-6 Cup Series, and these two guys battled it out at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. You can go find that race located over on the YouTube page. Peter the Pace car will hang that left down on the pit lane. Green flag will fly through the Geico restart zone. Michael Gregory steps on it. We're back racing here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the CK parking lot 120. Ripping back up through the gears, trying to get the motor oil back up to temperature. Maynard pulls to the back bumper, the number 88 of Ty Robertson. Maynard made contact there with the number 12, and Michael Gregory sent Maynard backwards there, but Gregory was able to hold on to the Ford Mustang. Here comes the CK parking lot maintenance number 9 and Colin Cole. It's CK parking lot maintenance owned by Colin Cole. He'll sponsor tonight's race, and they'll jump on board the number 9 Chevy Camaro from Lincoln, Nebraska. Though, how does that help Colin Cole here tonight in the race? Just because they hop on board doesn't mean it brings speed. It's just the name of the race. Here comes Bobby Kyle, though, soaring on the outside of the racetrack here, 3 wide. Here comes the old timer trying to make something shake through the green flag pit stop. After the pit stop. Talking out the side of my head, but Bobby Kyle is all over the top side of the racetrack here. I don't think he's lifted since the drop of the green flag as he tries to work around Kevin Tinkos for this 3rd place spot. Bobby Kyle from Arnoldsville, Georgia, right down the road here in the great state. The great Peach State, I shall say. Bobby Kyle will even take it up a lane higher, trying to look around the number 4 of Kevin Tinkos. Bobby Kyle, 64 years old. He's been sim racing probably longer than you've been alive. Bobby Kyle, though, has been to victory lane here before on the Booty Scoot Racing channel inside of this very league and series. The number 64 doesn't lack any speed inside of the Silver Bullet 777, and it don't look like it. Looks like somebody's racketed up the gunpowder, shot him out of a cannon. He's moving and grooving on the top side of the racetrack. Bobby Kyle looking 3 wide. Contacts made off of turn 2 between Tinkos and Colin Cole. That'll open up the door big time there for the old timer. And Bobby Kyle, how does he elect to play it here? You know, Michael Gregory sees all this battle in here out the rear view bumper in the mirror of what's going on. And Bobby Kyle's cleared himself for the 2nd, now 3rd place spot. Can he clear around the number 9? Bobby Kyle for BKM Racing has made an adjustment there underneath the pit stops. His number 777 Silver Bullet is on the move, and he is moving his way up to the front of the pack. He is up 11 positions from where he started tonight. He's in the 2nd place spot, and he's all over the back bumper of Michael Gregory. Here comes Bobby Kyle, the Silver Bullet, looking for a pass on the inside for the race lead. Bobby Kyle clears himself for the race lead. He'll lead his first laps here in Season 3 of the Cup Series. Bobby Kyle is going to look in the rearview mirror of the Michael Gregory. No, he's got to run away with it here. He'll take to the top side of the racetrack where it's worked for him for the last 4 or 5 laps. Bobby Kyle, the hard charger award, is sitting in the back bumper of the number 777 as he works his way off the turn 3 and 4 banking right now, though. Ty Robertson, Trenton Johns, and these guys are trying to run down one another. There's a little bit of a gap there. Terry Hughes Jr. doors the doctor up the racetrack there, and Michael Ponder Jr. How does he repay the favor off of turn 2? Ponder won't let him affect him too much there as he's trying to run back down here, but he'll clear around Terry Hughes Jr. Must have got the run off the top side of the racetrack. Bobby Kyle has the race lead over Michael Gregory. You're watching the CK Parking Lot Maintenance 120 live here in Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're going to throw you up to the battle cam. Give me a chance to catch my breath, wet my whistle. Back in just a moment. And we are 34 laps into the schedule. 110. Bobby Kyle, the old-timer, leads it in Atlanta. Give me just a moment, folks. It'll switch over there. Take your time. Watch the battle cam down here for the race lead. 3-place battle, and here comes Colin Cole. He's going to enter his name into the mix. You're watching the CK Parking Lot 120 at Atlanta. Battle for the race lead as Gregory looks on the inside. Here on the main broadcast cam, look like Bobby Kyle having some trouble here in the 777 after contact there with Kevin Tankos. I wasn't very sure. I didn't get a good look at it. What happened to Bobby Kyle from Honorsville, Georgia? He just sailed around the top side to the race lead. Contact was made, though, with the number 4 Budweiser machine in Kevin Tankos. Not entirely sure what's going on, but Bobby Kyle coming down pit road to address the problem. Welcome back here to the CK Parking Lot Maintenance 120 live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the 2008 surface, and things are getting down dirty and wicked for the Madness Racing League Gen 6 Cup Series. This is Season 3 of the Cup Series. We haven't had much of a car count all year long. Definitely one of the bigger ones we've had here tonight. Working back across the front straightaway, these two Hughes brothers trying to go at it. Trent Hughes will look to the outside of his older brother, Terry Hughes Jr. in front of him. Trent Hughes learned everything he knows from this Blue Def number 81 Ford Mustang in front of him. An interesting story, though, between these two brothers. Terry Hughes Jr. started 81XI Racing about a year ago, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, brought it to the program here from Troy, Alabama. He brought his younger brother and Trent Hughes on board to drive one of the chartered entries for one of the Ford Mustang teams here. And Trent Hughes, just a little bit younger than his older brother, Terry Hughes Jr. Terry had to teach him everything he knows to plot of the car. However, though, Terry Hughes Jr. don't get to race as much as he used to like he wanted to. But when Terry Hughes Jr. is out here on the racetrack, he's definitely one of the ones that can contend week in and week out. That led to Terry Hughes Jr. getting a call from Rush Owner Motorsports number 4 driver Kevin Tankos. Kevin Tankos signed over Terry Hughes Jr. for the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series only. And Terry Hughes Jr. left 80% of 81XI Racing to his younger brother and Trent Hughes. Trent Hughes said that really started to really affect the way that 81XI Racing on the long haul run, but it was going to be better for the company because the younger brother said he felt like Terry Hughes Jr. ran the program entirely different than the way he would. We'll see how things shake out here. Right now, though, both Blue Ovals running inside the top 10. Battle for the race lead is on here. The body armor number 12 has been in control for majority parts up here tonight, but Kevin Tankos, the Rush Motorsports owner, and this number 4 Budweiser Camaro is not going to be denied here in Atlanta. He'll pull door to door with Michael Gregory. The battle for the race lead down the back straightaway here in the CK Parking Lot Maintenance 120. And the number 9 and Colin Cole has entered the chat. Folks know Kai Sinet on the bottom side of the racetrack. Every single one of these cars dragging the splitter, making sparks fly. And if their gas cans were to leak any bit, there would be trail of smoke and flames out the back half like Ghost Rider. But ladies and gentlemen, everybody looks like they are in it for the long haul. Where you're at right now, you're going to have to work. No Rihanna. Trying to get the position back up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like Michael Gregory gets a little bit loose there. Smoke down the back straightaway. The number 12 machine maybe snags that outside safer barrier just a tad bit. That'll give Kevin Tankos the race lead for sure off of turn 4. He'll sell away with it here. We're working lap number 43 of the scheduled 110 live here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Michael Gregory came into the Gen 6 Cup Series at the Watkins Glen International Raceways where he made his debut, and he actually was able to score the victory that night. So he is a winner inside of the Madness Racing League Gen 6 Cup Series. Michael Gregory made a awesome 3-wide move to win it at the Glen. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched that race, head on over to that YouTube page and check it out. It was one hell of a victory there that night for the number 12. He really had to battle and earn it that night. Caution flag is out. Caution flag is out for spun out number 81, Terry Hughes Jr. down the back straightaway into turn 3. Wow, the Troy, Alabama driver we just got done talking about spinning around in his own Blue Def 81XI Ford Mustang. We'll back that ass up and take a look and see what happened to Terry Hughes Jr., the veteran, trying to make something shake here tonight. Didn't mean to bring that up on your screen. The Blue Def 81 backwards here, burning it down the rubber, trying to make something shake at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just don't have enough here. Give it just a moment to refresh and bring itself back up there. It looks like maybe Chris Knighty gave him a little bit of help. If not, Trenton Johns will throw it up to the blimp cam. Take a look. Terry Hughes Jr. like he just squeezed up in front of the number 54, gets tagged in the right rear. Nowhere for Chris Knighty to go. Terry Hughes Jr. has to lock it down, and he's backwards down the back straightaway. So we'll back that ass up one more time here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll ride out the front nose of what's going to be Trenton Johns. in this Starburst C4 Toyota Camry. We'll see it how he's seen it. Working off turn 3 and 4. Terry Hughes Jr. just puts the bumper right in front of him. Contact is made. And that shifts Terry Hughes Jr. straight to the inside safer barrier and to avoid a going around. He just locks it down, ladies and gentlemen. Though 81XI Racing's Terry Hughes Jr. goes around into turn 3. Caution flag does fly here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kevin Tankos will have the race lead over Michael Gregory, Colin Cole, and Ty Robertson. Maynard will round out the top 5. Peter the Pace car is out on the racetrack. We're back in just a moment. Back here on the main broadcast cam, we apologize for the overlay videos pausing there, not showing you exactly everything that you were needing to see. Michael Gregory will stay out on the racetrack. Kevin Tankos, the brain looks like the majority of the field down on the pit lane. Bobby Kyle and Tim Powers will stay out. They'll look to get the wave around here. Bobby Kyle will be scored the lucky dog after soaring to the race lead there. I mean, Bobby Kyle shot out of a cannon there. So whatever adjustment they did make inside of that number 777 Silver Bullet definitely did work. Looks like everybody's going to come back down on pit lane. Maynard's guys will look like they're going to do at least 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a can of Sunoco Racing fuel here. And Colin Cole, Kevin Tankos, and these guys will do 4 as well. The battle off pit lane, who's it going to go to? Colin Cole over Kevin Tankos, Maynard and Robertson side by side there. Give it to Robertson. What a battle between those two guys. Whoa, Michael Ponder barely, no, 90 will snib Michael Ponder there. Off of pit lane, for the position. No, they're still battling it out here. Yes, give it to Michael Ponder over 90. Woo! So race is on off the racetrack and on and off of pit lane. Holy cow, caution flags as well as wrecks. We've had it all here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway here in Hampton, Georgia on the 2008 surface. The worn-out surface is what it's better known at. If you were to make that trip down to Atlanta next weekend and go catch the NASCAR Cup Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway, a.k.a. now known as the Echo Park Speedway, you would find yourself finding a totally different race when you got there. What I mean by that is in 2022, Atlanta Motor Speedway was reconfigured into a drafting style track. The bankings were rose about 4 to 5 degrees. As well on the front straightaway was extended out about 100 feet or so and widened. Ladies and gentlemen, what did that cause? Well, they restricted the horsepower on side of the race cars, and now every one of these guys draft at the new Echo Park Speedway. So we're going to throw it back a little bit in time here to the Gen-6 Cup cars and throw it back in time to the old pavement surface. This racetrack has put on some of the most historic finishes in NASCAR history. Carl Edwards beating Jimmy Johnson off turn 3 and 4. Atlanta Motor Speedway's 3-wide finish with Ryan Blaney and the rest of those guys. Can we get one of those epic finishes here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway? These Georgia fans have packed out all night long in the hot sun looking to make something shake. The CK parking lot maintenance 120 underneath the caution flag for an incident there in the turn 3 with the 81 of Terry Hughes Jr., but he's repaired. Got brand new rubber and back out on the racetrack. Michael Gregory trying to change up the strategy here tonight in the number 12 body armor Ford Mustang. He'll stay out on the racetrack. Colin Cole and the number 9 on 4 fresh Goodyear tires, as well as Kevin Tankos and Nicholas Maynard. Green flag back in the air here in Atlanta. Kevin Tankos looking to jump early out to the race lead here. Maynard will look down on the bottom side as well. He'll get the gas down, try to plug the hole on the bottom side. Gregory south to the top side of the racetrack. I don't think he had much choice. Contact made back here. Trayton Johns gets spun around on the front straightaway. Caution flag flies here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Caution flag out here for the third time tonight and the second time for the number 54 Starburst C4 Energy Toyota Camry of Trenton Johns. We will back that ass up and take a look and see exactly what happened to the number 54 of Trenton Johns. Just got back to the replay there. Just got back to the green flag, and not entirely sure what happened there. We'll back it up, though. Take a look. Didn't even get a chance to really rip through the gears all the way, get up to top speed, and maybe Trenton Johns and Trent Hughes, the two Trents might be battling it out again. Contacts made. Trent Hughes may have just repaid the favor to Trenton Johns after the contact earlier tonight, and I don't mean to laugh, but not really the character kind of driver of Trent Hughes to repay the favor, but he will not be ran over being the youngest buck out here tonight. He's all over that back bumper. The 54 spins him around off turn 4. Trent Hughes repaying the favor here to the number 54 of Trenton Johns. That may earn him a little message from the admin, but Trenton Johns not going to be happy with the way that he was just raced there by Trent Hughes. We'll back that ass up right on board with the 15 or 16-year-old, whatever one he is now, Trent Hughes from Alabama. Those Alabama guys don't play. We'll take a look here, see what happens. Down the back straightaway, Trent Hughes looking to go to the top side of the racetrack. Trenton Johns pulls up, blocks him, and Trent Hughes, just remember some earlier, gasses up. And don't give the number 54 a chance there, repays the favor from earlier tonight. And it looks like Trenton Hughes was the guy that was going to be running away with it as Trenton Johns is backwards in turn, off of turn 4 on the front straightaway, getting it spun around. We'll be back in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Tempers flaring here in Atlanta. Kevin Tankos has the race lead with Nicholas Maynard in the second place spot, with Gregory in the third place spot. Colin Cole and Robertson are the top 5.
Killed all the hope that I had. There's a war inside of me, burning red and honestly, and I wave it constantly, like a flag, like a flag, like a flag. This knife that's in my back keeps twisting.
Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the CK Parking Lot Maintenance 120. I want to give a big shout out here to our league sponsor. We'll be coming on full time at the Xfinity Series next season for season number 4. CK Parking Lot Maintenance will become the CKPLM Xfinity Series inside of the Madness Racing League. Go check out CKParkingLotMaintenance.com or check them out on Instagram at CK Parking Lot Maintenance. And if you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, go hit them up for a free quote today. But inside of the Gen-6 Cup Series, sponsored by the KnappDaddyRacing Designs, go check out KnappDaddyRacingDesigns.com or to see all of your iRacing paints, custom numbers, spec designs. If you're looking for the owner, Jonathan Smith, tell him the Booty Scoot Racing channel sent you for a 15% off discount. And finally, folks, one of our final Truck Series sponsor inside of the Booty Scoot Racing channel's Madness Racing League, the Home Run Cafe, located in Greer, South Carolina, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., 864-561-6955. Back down here on the main broadcast cam, looking at the fan cam here in turns 1 and 2, right out the exit of the dog leg. You might see your favorite driver roll around there. Tons of drunk fans out here tonight as they were having buy 3 beers. You get the 4th one free. And let me tell you how many alcoholics ran up there at the take deal of that one. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Tim Powers stayed out on the racetrack there looking for the wave around inside his number 45 Camaro, but Michael Gregory gonna looks like he tried something different there on that last green flag restart there, and stay out on the racetrack kept Tim Powers from being able to get his lap back. Trent Hughes down on the racetrack on the pit lane. Looks like he may be getting a stern talking to here, or he may be repairing the damage on that number 18 machine. Kevin Tankos, the race leader here on the front row with the Rush Motorsports Chevy Camaro, trying to make something shake here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He has led 8 laps here up to this point. On the outside of him will be the Team Penske Development number 02 PPG Mustang of Nicholas Maynard from Walford, South Carolina. He started 5th here tonight. He's led no laps. Can he get out front here and try to change that? It'll be Tank goes through the Geico restart zone with Peter the base car hanging the left down on the pit lane. Green flag, back in the air through the Geico restart zone. Tank goes, watches and hits the gas. Tank goes will take the rest up the field to climb the banking through turns 1 and 2. Tank goes all the way out to the race lead with a great restart to 2. With a 1-2 in the 0-2, the Gregory and Maynard Motors machine battle door to door. Here comes Colin Cole with a huge shot to the back bumper of the 0-2, and he'll ship him out to the front here. Does Maynard got enough momentum to grab the race lead off turn 4? Yes, he does. Nicholas Maynard will have the race lead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tankos gets a great launch there, but Colin Cole looks like he maybe got the push to the 0-2's back bumper. Here comes Trent Johns after getting spun around on 4 brand new Goodyear rubbers. He's lost himself up to the 4th place spot on this restart. And right behind him will be the redneck Michael Durham Jr. in this DuPont number 01 machine. Climbing the banking through 3. Tank goes charging back down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He wants this race lead back from Nicholas Maynard. Not sure how he lost it. He'll have to find something shaking down here on the bottom side. Maynard will go up to the top side of the racetrack. Johns will plug the hole behind him. Can Trent Johns get this Camry cleared of the number 4 of Kevin Tankos off turn 2? Yes, he can. Down the back straightaway, 5 in a row. Looking for the race lead. Maynard door to door there with Trent Johns. Johns will look to the bottom side and his C4 Starburst Camry. A Mustang and a Camry battle for the race lead, but here comes the bow ties all over the back bumper of these 2 guys. Tank goes, you're riding out the front nose. The battle for the race lead in Atlanta. Johns will try one more time down here in 3. This time he'll change his lineup. He'll go down on the bottom side of the 0-2 machine of Nicholas Maynard. Maynard gets crossed over by the 54. Does he make a move back to the inside into turn 1? He'll get a little bit of drafting help for the number 4. Pull to the left rear quarter panel. Side by side through the race lead as they climb the banking through turns 1 and 2. Maynard down in the 2nd place spot. But Tankos will get the run off the top side of the racetrack. How does he elect to play? Will he put the bumper to the C4 Camry of Trent and John? You damn betcha. Climb of the banking through 3. Colin Cole trying to make something shake on that outside line. Maynard will shove his way into the bottom side. Maynard gone from the race lead down to 3rd, now 4th, now 5th. It's Michael Durham Jr. grabs the right rear quarter panel from the 0-2. What has really separated this group of drivers is the number 12 of Michael Gregory. He stayed out on the racetrack there on the long run. He has not been down on the pit lane since lap number 24, a little over 30 laps ago. And when he came down, he didn't come back down again compared to the rest of the field. Bobby Kyle had a great run here tonight at Atlanta. He fitted back on lap number 58 laps ago. BKM Racing has brought this 777 to life. Bobby Kyle hit the outside safer barrier there, knocked the wheel out of alignment. He was able to get it down on the pit lane during the green flag pit cycle, before the green flag pit cycle, and that caution flag began. Bobby Kyle making it 3 wide down the back straightaway. He's on a mission to get back to the front of the pack. Bobby Kyle lost a lap during that little incident that he had, but he's back on the lead lap, ripping and roaring back up through the field. He's cracked the top 10 in his 777 Silver Bullet. And we got a 4 or 5-way battle for the race lead here in Atlanta. Holy shit, folks. You can throw a blanket over the top 5 drivers as they all battle for the race lead. Colin Cole, Kevin Tankos side by side down the back straightaway. Michael Durham Jr. trying to switch lanes. And Maynard will sail high into turn 3 and 4. Johns will lose a little bit of position. He'll scroll down on the bottom side of the racetrack. That'll leave Maynard on the outside by himself. Heading back across the front straightaway, dog leg. Tank goes grabs the race lead over Colin Cole, but it'll be Michael Durham Jr. following in that third place spot, trying to take it easy to the front of the pack. And behind him will be the 02, followed by the number 54 in Trent Johns. Michael Ponder Jr., the doctor, has surgically moved his way up through the field, no pun intended, inside of this MTL Motorsports Chevy Camaro with Budweiser on board this week inside of the number 13. He's got more speed than the number 88 currently at the moment. And Terry Hughes Jr. is trying to do the same after involved in the accident earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news out of the garage area. John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver, the Boogeyman, not here tonight on the racetrack inside of the Gen-6 Cup Series. He did get a one-off race a couple weeks ago at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. John Michael Bryant brought home a top 3 finish that night. Rumor had it in the garage that the Boogeyman said he would not be cutting his hair until he goes back to victory lane. So that's going to be a story to watch here. How does that change the J Money Motorsports team and how they run? Maynard looking to the inside of Michael Durham Jr. down the back straightaway. He wants that position. And there goes Michael Ponder Jr. down on the inside of the super barrier. What a save from the number 13, the doctor, inside of the Budweiser Camaro, able to hold on to it. But Chris Knighty was able to capitalize on it. He'll grab the 8th place spot through turn 4. Kind of show a little bit of love to everybody around the way here on the CK parking lot 120. Chris Knighty inside of this triple deuce machine from 81XI Racing, one of those chartered entries racing here tonight from B-Town, Indiana. Chris Knighty said he couldn't wait to get to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway a few weeks from now after Talladega, a home track for Chris Knighty. Chris Knighty, one of the OG contenders, as I like to call him. I've known him for quite a while now. He's participated on a shit ton of these races. Bobby Kyle and these guys have been around since season 1. I know their names. You got some brand new guys that have just joined in recently. I've been trying to learn their name and trying to learn their tendencies. Chris Knighty, though, has been one of these guys that's been real quiet, consistent, really makes his name on the super speedways and trying to make something shake. He works his way up through the field right now. He's cracked the top 10. He's in the 10th place spot, the 9th place spot, excuse me, but this battle up here for the race lead ain't went no damn where. Kevin Tank goes, Michael Durham Jr., Nicholas Maynard, and Colin Cole battle it out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the race lead. Could this possibly end up in a disaster as we are slowly knocking on the back door to those green flag pit stops? I'm going to slowly make my guess somewhere around lap 74, 75, about 10, 12 laps from now is when these guys will be called slowly, at least get the call from the crew chiefs to bring it down on the pit lane. We got some lap traffic ahead of us. Not sure entirely who of Michael Gregory is going backwards here. That'll be Tim Powers in the number 45 machine. Tim Powers not having the race that he was looking for here tonight on the Racing Channel from Newark, New Jersey. Here in the CK parking lot 120, down on the bottom side of the racetrack. They've adjusted on this main Trail 45 Chevy, but it doesn't have the speed that he was looking for. Tim Powers says he likes the car to build tight and start free, but he's got a little bit more grip through turns 1 and 2 as you see the splitter just dragging the bottom side of the racetrack through 3 and 4, but he's holding his distance great right now between him and the race leader of Kevin Tankos and Michael Durham Jr. Maynard on the outside here for the 3rd place spot, trying to get around Durham for the 2nd place position. Maynard will change his lineup just a tad bit there through turns 1 and 2, and he'll rip the outside wall. That'll clear him down the back straightaway around Michael Durham Jr. We're riding on board the DuPont number 01 of Michael Durham. Michael Durham Jr. said he could not wait till tomorrow night. If you have not, went over to the YouTube page, press that like button, press that follow button. Check out Michael Durham Jr. tomorrow night as the all-out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division live here at the Houston Speedway on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, potentially early than what we normally do with the NASCAR dual races coming on TV. I would love to watch that instead of talking my head off for a broadcast, but Colin Cole working back here into the picture. This number 9 machine, the Chevy number 9. They made the adjustment on the number 9, try to get some of the sparks from splattering out the front splitter of this number 9 machine. You see it happening on the 01 of Michael Durham Jr. The front 4 drivers have sailed away here from the rest of the field. Trenton John up 4 positions from where he started. He got a little bit of a rub there early from Kevin Tankos, and he got the favor repaid by Trent Hughes, who is off of the racetrack currently at the moment. And 11 laps down is Tim Powers here, as he may be in jeopardy of losing another lap here in the coming moments. But we're knocking on the door to lap number 70 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll take you back down on the racetrack for a side-by-side, fast and loud. Back here on the main broadcast cam live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, where things are really getting ready to get interesting. Green flag pit stops are right around the corner. Who's going to play it, when, where, what, why, and how? You guys had 4 sets of Goodyear rubbers to start tonight's event, and they had somewhere between 33 to 36 laps in Sunoco Racing fuel. We're working on the about 26 lap mark of this green flag run, and it has been a battle all the way through. Kevin Tanko's got a hell of a restart there. Had to work for it, but he's able to hold on to it there from Hawthorne, New Jersey, and hold off the guys behind him. Kevin Tankos has moved up through the field. Colin Cole's working his way back up through the field. So is Nicholas Maynard. But speaking of Kevin Tankos here so far, he's led 26 laps here on the green flag run for Rush Motorsports in this battle back here for this second place spot. Can't get any better. It's Colin Cole and Michael Durham Jr. still lurking to try to make something shake here on the bottom side and the top side of the racetrack. Robertson lurking in the distance. Terry Hughes Jr. has made the pass around Trenton Johns, and you best believe it, Terry Hughes Jr. knows what Trenton Johns and his little brother went through earlier. How did he pay the favor to Trenton Johns and do race them any different? You don't mess with family inside of the Madness Racing League, and right now they look like they're able to keep their heads cool and prevail. But I want to give a huge shout out here. Chris Knighty has not let these two guys barking up in front of him. He's chased them down like a squirrel. And he's looking to make a move around the C4 Energy. Contact made between Hughes and John into turn 1 and 2. John's up the racetrack. Terry Hughes Jr. trying to get it done here. That'll open up the door for his teammate 81X iRacing. Triple deuce of Chris Knighty. Ladies and gentlemen, slap those hands, stomp those feet. These guys putting on a show here in Atlanta. We'll check the lap times here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, see how things shakeout here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. CK parking lot 120. Kevin Tankos runs a 32.476 last time around. Colin Cole runs a 32.44. Just about a smidge slower than the race leader, Kevin Tankos. Maynard runs a 32.43. So he's faster than the race leader by just a tad bit. So we'll see how things shake out here. That could be that draft coming into effect as Michael Durham Jr. runs a 32.48 right behind him. So every single one of these guys battling for the race lead right here are in a tenth of one another. How do they play the green flag pitch strategy call? That could be the difference here tonight. 90, chasing Johns up the racetrack. Trent Johns being used up here. What a save from Trent Johns. Holy shit, that's that dirt driving coming into effect here. The hillbilly from McCreary County, Kentucky has been made contact by every 81X iRacing driver here tonight at Atlanta. Ding, 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 ding. 40 laps to go here in the CK parking lot 120 live at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kevin Tankos leads it with Colin Cole chasing him down in the second place spot. Third place goes to the PPG 02 of Maynard, followed by the DuPont machine of 01, Michael Durham Jr. That's the battle up here in front half of the field. 4 different drivers, 4 different states being represented for a chance to go to victory lane. But Maynard in the blue oval by himself, surrounded by the Chevy Camaros. How do the bow ties, the Chevy kids plan to play the pit strategy here at Atlanta over the rest of the guys? This is going to be a huge deal. Trent Johns will be the first one to start the green flag pit stops here tonight. Trent Johns says the car is absolutely tight right now. I'm not sure what their problem is. They are using and abusing me like a punching bag. 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for Trent Johns. It's going to be Tankos, though, with the race lead sailing to the top side of the racetrack. Colin Cole, Maynard, and Durham still going at it here for the third place spot. Durham is not going to scoot over for Maynard, and Maynard's not going to give it back as well. But ladies and gentlemen, Michael Gregory on the march here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel in the 10th place position. He finally looks like he came down on the pit lane back on lap number 67. We must have missed it. Michael Gregory on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. He will be the person that has started the green flag pit cycle, but he is behind. He didn't go down the first time around, so he's at the disadvantage. He gave up so much track position when he had to go down and pit. He has lost a lap, less time not to run him down. He will have to play the long flag green strategy here with 28 laps remaining. Looks like Maynard's checking up here. He'll come down on the pit lane with 28, going to be 27 laps to go this time around. So the PPG 02 Ford Mustang for Welford, South Carolina for Team Penske Development is going to bring it down on the pit lane with 27 laps to go. So he'll be on the front half of the group starting the green flag pit stops. How do everybody else counter the cycle here with Maynard? He's asking for 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. It looks like they won't touch the adjustment on the race car. He'll work his way on pit lane. He'll have to have a great stop here if they want the 02 to be in contention for the race lead. But here comes Colin Cole in the number 9 Chevy Camaro. Oh, has to lock it up, getting it slowed down. But he gets it down. Does he get the black flag? No, he's good. He's in the clear. He has it down to 50 miles an hour down pit lane. Colin Cole sees what happens in behind him, and Nicholas Maynard, he'll call the bluff here. He'll throw the counter. He'll come down pit lane, 4 fresh Goodyear tires, and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel, and no adjustments for the number 9 Camaro of Colin Cole. How long does Kevin Tanko elect to run it here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the long run, on the long green flag run? Maynard on and off of pit lane. He's ripping back up through the gears. Chris Noddy electing to bring it down on the pit lane with Terry Hughes Jr. Colin Cole has the job dropped on him. He's slowly working and managing his way back onto the racetrack off of pit lane. This could be the battle for the race lead through the cycle. Maynard working his way off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Colin Cole. He makes contact with the 02 of Maynard. Shifts him to the outside wall. That'll slow up Maynard's run around Colin Cole big time. Colin Cole makes contact. 23 laps to go. Maynard trying to go on the long run here and get around Colin Cole, who called his bluff on the pit strategy call. Not entirely sure what happened there. Colin Cole must not have seen Maynard coming or what. The spotter doesn't call it out. That's going to cost both of these guys huge time on the back half of the gap that they have just given up here. Chris Knighty down on pit lane. He'll get a 40-second speeding on pit road. Bobby Kyle led some laps here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the hometown hero, trying to do something here to go to the front half of the pack. Bobby Kyle currently in the 8th place spot, 4 fresh Goodyear tires and 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. Ty Robertson will slide into his 3rd pit box on pit lane, and he is looking and asking for 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. They have just told Ty Robertson, between Nicholas Maynard and Colin Cole getting into one another, this should help you out on the long run. You're going to have to get on and off of pit lane, and here comes Ty Robertson. They'll jack the jack. Can he stay from going a lap down around the race leader of looks like going to be Kevin Tankos, who's still yet to go down pit lane? So a bold strategy here from the Rush Motorsports team owner, Kevin Tankos, but I'm not going to shame him any kind of way. He has been to victory lane more times than I could call, and he'll call my bluff and bring it right down on the pit road as we speak. Kevin Tanko says the car feels great. We'll run a little bit long there. They know what tires do here at Atlanta. He says tires should make the difference up here if we can run a little bit longer. I think it was 3 to 4 laps there that they ran longer than what was going to be someone like Maynard or Colin Cole. That has cycled out Michael Gregory to the race lead this time around when he works his way back across the front straightaway, as he's currently rounded out in the 2nd place spot. Michael Gregory's race went to shit earlier tonight in this number 12 body armor machine when he didn't pit back on like lap number 27 or so when everybody else on the field did. I would imagine the number 12 was expecting a caution flag or some sort there at that given time, and it really never came into fruition for Michael Gregory, and it cost him big time when it comes to track position. Now the silver bullet in Bobby Kyle, who was a lap down through the green flag pit stop, will work around the race leader and Michael Gregory and grab the race lead. Grab his lap back. He'll be scheduled on the race lead lap here if the caution flag was to fly on the long run. 90's on and off of pit lane. He'll work his way back up through the cycle. The battle is really going to be right here between Ty Robertson and Kevin Tankos. These guys come down just a few more laps later than the rest of the guys. As the pit cycle schedules out right now, 89 was the pit lap for Kevin Tankos. Maynard has the race lead. He'll pit back 6 laps before on lap number 83. Colin Cole makes contact after coming off on lap number 84. Trying to merge onto the racetrack. He will fence the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. That has closed this gap up as much as we see it now. But right now we're side by side through the green flag pit cycle for the race lead here in Atlanta. Maynard upstairs in the attic. Colin Cole downstairs. Colin Cole in the number 9 already has a win on the year. Can he get his 2nd here in season 3 of the Gen-6 Cup Series? Maynard will stick it in the middle that time, trying to hold the number 9 on his position. Lap traffic is working up ahead here. That's the number 99, the number 777 of Bobby Kyle. Bobby Kyle cannot be passed by neither one of these 2 guys, or he will lose the lap that he just redeemed after Michael Gregory brings it back down on the pit lane, trying to service that number 12 and get it to the end. He's hoping and praying for a caution flag. The Tinker's got Maynard as the leader that last time around, and it could have been by much of a hair on your chin. Roll getting clown the banking through turns 1 and 2. We see Maynard not sparking out of the front splitter of that number 02 Ford Mustang compared to the number 9 Chevy of Colin Cole. Could that be a difference in maybe air pressure, maybe the way the car was set up per the crew chiefs, But right now, though, Colin Cole's really got the advantage here. He come down a lap later, but that contact maybe look like it coming in there. Maynard makes contact with the number 9 across the front stretch dog leg. These 2 guys battling it out here at Atlanta Motor Speedway has really closed the gap up to the number 88 and Ty Robertson. He's knocking on that back door, looking to make something shake with 16 laps to go. But Kevin Tankos has some of the faster race laps on the track right now. Behind him will be Michael Durham Jr. in the number 01, working his way up through the field, trying to make something shake. But Colin Cole has the distance necessary between him and Nicholas Maynard to try to make something shake. Maynard battling some damage on the right front. You see it right there, scuffed up and beaten, battered after contact off the pit lane with the number 9. This could be the difference for the race win here tonight in Atlanta. All the top 5 drivers on the same straightaway here, trying to close the gap up here at the race lead. The number 88 and Ty Robertson, not normally here tonight what he's usually doing. We usually cannot stop talking about Ty Robertson. He has not led a lap here at Atlanta, and that is not usual for Ty Robertson in this number 9 Napa Auto Parts machine. Ty Robertson, one of the faster guys on the long run, can save some Goodyear tires, unlike most of the group. The guy behind him, though, Kevin Tankos, slowly but surely cutting the gap down there to Ty Robertson's back bumper. 41 laps led here tonight for Kevin Tankos, who can only make a few select amount of races here on season 3, but when he comes, he's very polite and patient with it. Rush Motorsports could have an opportunity to go to victory lane here tonight, but they're going to have to bend and hold off Colin Cole here from Lincoln, Nebraska, inside of this number 9 CK parking lot maintenance, trying to bring home the race sponsor and win it here tonight in the number 9. But with 13 laps to go here, we are going to take you side by side for the battle cam here at the Booty Scoot Racing channel as Kevin Tankos has caught the back bumper of Ty Robertson, and they're slowly catching the back bumper of the second place driver, Nicholas Maynard. Less than 10 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the CK parking lot 120, live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway's awesome racetrack. Putting on a show here. We are definitely dialing up for one of those oh-so-great Atlanta Motor Speedway finishes. Kevin Tankos on the long run has drove back to the race lead. Last lap pitted on lap number 89. Colin Cole tries to call the bluff around Nicholas Maynard on lap number 84. Contact was made for Colin Cole coming off pit lane. Really slowed him down with the 0-2 there. And this may be costing him a win here at Atlanta. Ty Robertson being told by his teammates to by his crew chief to go. You gotta get to the back bumper. But it looks like Tankos has 2 more lap fresher tires than Ty Robertson. If Kevin Tankos can hold on to it here tonight in this number 4 Budweiser Camaro, he could find himself winning another race inside of the Gen-6 Cup Series. Michael Durham Jr. in the DuPont number 01 machine, working his way here for a top 5. He is slowly running down the back bumper of Nicholas Maynard here for the 4th place position. He's got about 6 laps to get there if he can do it. Can he get it and make it necessary? Maynard all in the outside wall. He's battling handling conditions after contact off the pit lane with the number 9. How will he race the race leader, the number 9, if he gets back to him? However, though, Robertson needing to get around this lap traffic, and Michael Gregory in this number 12, who will not be denied. Bobby Kyle's going to stick his nose 3 wide up the middle. He wants a chance to get on TV here after Bobby Kyle. We will not let it go unnoticed here tonight. BKM Racing did bring Bobby Kyle the fastest silver bullet rocket ship in the state of Georgia. He led some laps here tonight for the first time in a while, really showing that the 65-year-old still has speed and a chance to go to victory lane any given week. 4 laps to go here in the Gen-6 Cup Series race at Atlanta. Tankos, Robertson, Cole, Maynard, and Durham are the top 5 drivers. It looks like Durham is already caught the back bumper of Maynard. Now does he elect to play? It looks like Maynard will sail through turn 1 and 2 really high. Does he give up the position into 3, or does he race him for it? Maynard down the back straightaway. They'll be door to door. And it looks like he'll lift it just a little bit into 3, give Michael Durham a position. So just try to give it how you can. But Terry Hughes Jr. on the march his damn self. He's slowly eating up the back bumper gap to the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard. He's got about 3 laps. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get there, but if he can, that'll be one hell of a drive. However, though, Robertson clears the lap traffic. 3 laps to go here in Atlanta. Does he have enough to go run down Kevin Tankos for the race win here? Robertson ain't won a race here yet in the Gen-6 Cup Series at Atlanta, and he ain't led a lap here tonight. It's been all Kevin Tankos, KT, working his way around Atlanta, looking for his 5th Gen-6 Cup Series win inside of the Madness Racing League. He's got 2.5 more miles to get it done. Here comes the 0-1 of Michael Durham Jr. He'll clear the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard for that 4th place spot. Maynard plays the outside wall. Robertson will sell it up to the top side of the racetrack, looking to make something shake. He'll try to get a run off the top side of 4. White flag will be in the air, presented by AFLglobal.com for the number 4 of Kevin Tankos. He'll climb the banking here at turns 1 and 2 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Final lap here at the CK parking lot, 120 at Atlanta. Robertson will have one more chance down the back straightaway, slowly closing up the gap. It's down to 4/10ths of a second. But here comes Kevin Tankos. Easy, grooving, smoothing, and moving down on the bottom side of the racetrack, working through the banking of turn 3 and 4, and through the dog leg. Kevin Tankos wins the CK parking lot 120. Kevin Tankos wins the CK Parking Lot Maintenance 120 live here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel at the Atlanta Motor Speedway on the 2008 surface. What a win there for the Rush Motorsports team owner. Kevin Tankos led 50 even laps here tonight after starting from the 3rd place position. Ladies and gentlemen, Rush Motorsports owner Kevin Tankos wins it here tonight at Atlanta. Burning it down here on the front straightaway, the Rush Motorsports team owner Kevin Tankos and his Budweiser machine go head out to the fan zone. They'll be giving out free Budweisers for the remaining day of the night till their hauler pulls out of here. Rush Motorsports stand up. Tankos wins it here at Atlanta. As Kevin Tankos climbs out of this race car here on the front straightaway, the fans begin to celebrate as Kevin Tankos climbs out and takes his helmet off. We will be back in just a moment with the post-race show and all of the driver interviews. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, where we have just wrapped up the CK Parking Lot 120 live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It was an epic race here tonight, a beautiful day to go racing. 91 degrees was the temperature outside, a hot day to go racing. And ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Tankos goes to victory lane here tonight for his first Gen-6 Cup Series win here in Season 3 after leading 50 laps. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we do have a pit reporter down there on the pit lane with the driver of the number 4 and a Rush Motorsports owner, Kevin Tankos. You guys got a copy.
Down here in victory lane at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, we're with the Budweiser number 4 Chevy of Kevin Tankos. Kevin, kind of walk us through your race here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, your first win here in Season 3 of the Cup Series, but you're no blind person to go in the victory lane inside of the Gen-6 Cup Series. Let's kind of walk us through your strategy here tonight and what kind of really happened through your windshield.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's good to be back. It's been a little while since we've been in here and just haven't really been coming to the track how we wanted to the past couple of weeks. But tonight we felt really good coming into it. You know, ran a lot in the O'Reilly series and the officials last week, so I'm super familiar with the track and all the bumps and the lines. And it's a very similar car to that O'Reilly's car. Just felt super good for the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Camaro. I believe it's back-to-back for Rush Motorsports here, so that's nice, and we'll see if we can keep that going if we do end up coming back. But just love this track and appreciate everybody helping me out, Terry, Ty, Chris, Trent, all of them.
That's the driver, the number 4, Kevin Tankos. He'll win here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll scoot down here to the second-place finisher, driver the number 88, Ty Robertson. Ty, kind of walk us through your race here tonight. You didn't lead a whole handful of laps like you typically do, but just kind of walk us through your strategy where you're trying to play the long run on the tires.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we even got a lap lead tonight, but even though it didn't, the car was good. I didn't have much short run speed, but we laid back on the short runs and tried to take care of them and come forward at the end of the runs. Thankfully, it worked out and got us a good finish. Yeah, it was a great run for all of Rush Motorsports, honestly. We were up front most of the race, managed the tires pretty good, and able to get good finishes out of it. So congrats to Kevin, and maybe we can keep the momentum going next race at Talladega.
That's the driver, the number 88 of Ty Robertson. He'll bring home a P2 position here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll scoot down here to the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. Nick, kind of walk us through your race here tonight and what happened inside of the 02 machine. Yeah, first I want to say just congratulations to Kevin on his win. He definitely earned it. But on the backside, I really felt like maybe we had a car to beat here tonight. We led a shit ton of laps. We tried to at least. We let the 12 go out in front of us, ran him down, and then we were going to battle there with Kevin as well. And, you know, we just kind of saved our tires. But coming off the green flag pit cycle, we just got stuffed into the fence going 190 miles an hour to somebody coming off pit road. And it really killed our race car. I mean, we should have had maybe a 2-second gap that Kevin and his guys could have had to come run us down after passing second. But we'll never know. It is what it is. We'll move on from it. I'm not the type of guy to do that. But Talladega 2 weeks from now, definitely one of my style of racetracks. We'll see how things go. 2 more races to the playoffs. That's the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. We'll scoot down here to the 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. Terry, back out here in action in the Gen-6 Cup Series, one of your favorite cars at one of your favorite style of racetracks at the Cookie Cutters. Kind of walk us through your race here tonight inside of the 81 Death Machine and where things went wrong.
Well, starting off, we ended up not having any communication on the box at all tonight, so that kind of screwed us on the strategy. It was just once we came down into that first pit stop, we pretty much told them that, hey, we're going to pit with the 88 no matter what, so whatever happens, go with it. And then we ended up getting tangled up in a bunch of stuff hanging back, trying to save tires as much as we could. As we started running people down, it just looked like people didn't want to – the slow drivers just wanted to be in the way. Definitely probably had a car to win tonight, but it's all right. We'll take it to Talladega and probably get a win there.
This is 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. He'll bring home the 6th place spot here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll throw it back up there to the booth where Kevin Tankos has won his first race here on the season inside of the Cup Series at Atlanta.
And back up here on the booth, ladies and gentlemen, you've just heard from some of your favorite drivers within the Madness Racing League's Gen 6 Cup Series live here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll be back in just a moment for the post-race show. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the post-race show live here for the CK Parking Lot 120 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It was an awesome day to go racing. I shall go ahead and add that to the list. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the recap of tonight's race, we'll pull it up on your screen, 110 laps, and the winner was Kevin Tanko's. We didn't have 8 cautions exactly. It was about 4 cautions for 8 laps and 16 different lead changes. That was insane. Some of the better racing that we've seen all year long. The weather here tonight, 79 degrees as the sun really went behind a couple of clouds, cooled it off here long run on the race with a northeast wind of 7 miles per hour with a cloudy condition. Humidity was about 39% here tonight, so it was a little bit hot and mucky to be inside of the race car. Ladies and gentlemen, though, we will go over the final results here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel and how everybody did. Ladies and gentlemen, winning tonight's race was, let me go ahead and take that off of the screen. The number 4, Kevin Tankos. He'll go to victory lane here tonight from Hawthorne, New Jersey, and score the W. The second place position belongs to the number 88 in Ty Robertson from Coleman, Alabama. Ty Robertson really had a fast car here tonight, looking to make something shake inside of his Chevy Camaro. Colin Cole grabbed the third place position in his number 9 machine. So he can't bring up the points results. There you go. With Michael Durham Jr. scoring the 4th place position here. Maynard, not happy the way that he was raced. They're heard him in his post-race interview. He'll round out the top 5 position with the number 6 spot going to Terry Hughes Jr. Trenton Johns, tagged by every 81XI driver in the field tonight. He'll finish in the 7th place position with Michael Gregory in the 8th place spot. 9th place spot belonged to Bobby Kyle from Honorsville, Georgia. The hometown hero drove out to the front and grabbed the race lead. It drove back around for his lap to be back on the final front half of the lead lap, but he'll just lose there in a little bit. Closing laps with Chris Knighty. And the Triple Deuce coming back in action here tonight from Beattown, Indiana, scoring the top 10th position. Tim Powers in the 11th place spot from Newark, New Jersey, grabs a awesome 11th place position. Needed it here tonight, but involved in an accident earlier and got that car repaired, but way to finish the race here, 14 laps down. Michael Potter Jr., the doctor, surgically made his way up through the field to the top 6 or 7 spot. Contact was made. He damaged his car there. Everybody was beating around the doctor. He'll have to come repay the favor a few weeks from now. Trent Hughes was not going to be messed with tonight. Turned around by Trenton Johns, and he'll repay the favor later on in the race. And maybe look like they'll park him, or maybe he had some trouble after the contact. 61 laps down for Trent Hughes. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for the final results here tonight, live for the post-race show on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I think we can bring down the music just a tad bit more to give you some amazing shots of this beautiful racetrack. We'll go ahead and bring the remaining schedule 2 weeks from now. I want to remind you, headed to the Talladega Raceway. Going to be awesome. A beautiful racetrack, a awesome style racing. We'll be drafting underneath the sun at the Talladega Super Speedway 2 weeks from now. It could be anybody's race. Anybody could be a winner. You have to tune in 2 weeks from now and find out live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I'll take you back down here on the main broadcast camp for the final time here tonight. The Madness Racing League Gen 6 Cup Series, CK Parking Lot 120, race number 5 of 10, officially marks halfway through the year, and it was an awesome one here tonight. Won by the number 4, and Kevin Tankos, the owner of Rush Motorsports from Hawthorne, New Jersey, his first win here on the season inside of the Gen 6 Cup Series. That'll do it here tonight, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tune in tomorrow night for the All-Out Dirt Tour UMP Modified Division live at the Houston's Raceway for a little bit of dirty dirt action.
Listen up, can you feel this? 'Cause the curtain has called. I will never regret it. And I'll be watching it all. This is not what I wanted.